Hello everyone, welcome back to Stock Investor YouTube channel. So today I want to have a look at FreeTrade. And FreeTrade is a stockbroker that's launched in the UK and Ireland, and it's a startup company. So currently you have to put in your email address, you get access, and you get put on a waiting list. You can get yourself bumped up on the waiting list by sharing with friends, referring people, all that sort of thing can get you bumped up. And it is on iOS only at the moment. However, you can see here the Android beta does begin this month. So you'll be getting on that very, very soon if you have an Android device. So as you can see here, it is zero fee investing. So they operate a premium business model. So what that means is the simple basic trading account, the sort of stocks and shares account, is completely free to have, and you can do basic trades for free. And we'll go over what that actually means a little bit later, but first I just want to give you an overview of what the product actually is. So here it says repeating sort of what I've said. It says you don't charge for anything of our basic accounts and trades. And they also have fractional shares coming soon. They're not currently on the app, but they're coming soon for companies like Apple and all that sort of thing. So you don't have to buy an entire share. Say a share in Google is over $1,000. You don't have to pay $1,000. You can have a fractional share, and that does make it a lot more accessible. They are also accepted into the FCA upcoming companies sort of group, and they are a regulated stockbroker. And here it says they're a member of the London Stock Exchange as well. So you can be assured this is not a sort of startup company that's going to run away with your money. It also, you can buy ETFs and companies on this. So it also says here it's so easy to use. I'll give you a demonstration of the app a little bit later. But so next I want to have a look at the pricing for this and how they sort of make money and all those sorts of other things. So here we go. So you have FreeTrade Basic, which includes basic trades for free. Instant trades to sort of expedite your trade to have it happen instantly is £1 for both US and UK equities. So what a basic trade means is you're in no rush to have it done. It might be done sometime between now and sort of the next business day is what a basic trade is. So you also have the general investment account, which I was talking about here, which is obviously taxable for capital gains and dividends and that sort of thing, whereas the stocks and shares ISA here, which they're charging £3 a month for, is exempt from those sorts of taxes and everything like that, so your money can grow completely tax-free. They also have a slightly worse transaction rate possibly for foreign currencies here. So it's the spot rate plus 0.45%. So that could be worse than other brokers. I'm not entirely sure what broker you use and what their arrangements are, but that does have potential to be more expensive in that regard. And as you can see here, their bank transfer is free for whenever, sort of a next business day or in the next couple of business days is free to get your money transferred out of the account. However, to expedite that and have it happen on the same day is £5 for a bank transfer outgoing on the same day in the basic account. However, if you upgrade to FreeTrade Alpha, which is either £10 a month or £100 a year paid up front, you get instant US trades for free, stocks and shares ISA obviously included, and you can transfer your money out on the exact same day. However, the instant trades in the UK are still 50p. It's half price from what they are on the basic account, but they're still 50p. But in comparison, guys, I use Hargreaves Lansdown currently, and I pay £12 for a stock to be executed instantly there. So £12 to even £1 on the basic account is a huge saving, and that's why FreeTrade is sort of getting a name. And there's a lot of people on the waiting list, and there's 50,000 people on the waiting list currently who don't have access to it. But like I said a minute ago, you can bump yourself up that list if you invite a few friends and refer some people. So next, let's have a look at their proposal where they were on Crowdcube not that long ago. They were asking for investment, so this gives us a little bit more of an idea of their actual business model, how they aim to generate revenue, who they are. So they say here, this is the team. So they have Adam Dodds as a former auditor, worked for KPMG for 6 years in Canada. David Foronelli also worked at KPMG for 5 years as a master in finance. Then you have Andre Mohammed, who is their engineer, and he has 15 years of software experience. So those three combined do create a great team to sort of do this sort of thing, this financial idea. So they have here as well Robinhood, which is sort of the US's equivalent of FreeTrade. And I think everybody knows Robinhood. Everybody watching this video probably understands what Robinhood are, and they've been massively disruptive, even forced JP Morgan's hand into creating YouInvest, which is fairly similar. Robinhood, I think, have executed billions of dollars in trades now. So if we have a look now, we'll take a look at the actual app, and we'll have an overview of that. So this is the FreeTrade iOS app, and this is the homepage you'll land on when you first open the app, when you first get accepted. This is where you top up your money. So you can see here, it says that, again, like I said earlier, top ups. If you top up between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m, that's when they process that, and then your cash will arrive on the same day within 2 to 4 hours of those times. but if you top up after say 5 p.m, your cash won't arrive until the next day. So that's why I don't have any money in my account currently, because I got accepted over the weekend, invited to FreeTrade for the first time. So I've topped up my account. I'm just waiting for Monday, which is a business day. They'll process my money and I'll have that in my account ready to invest on Monday when the market's open, which is fantastic. So if we have a look at the next page, which is Discover, and this is where you can see all of the stocks that they have. So they have 150 US equities. They also have all of the UK listed equities. They also have some ETF funds. So if we look up something like JP Morgan Emerging Markets, they'll have that there. So JP Morgan Emerging Markets, you can see there. You can see the year view, month view, 7-day view, 1-day view, and a maximum view. Something I would like on the maximum view is sort of the time period along the bottom axis, which just gives you an idea of how long this has been going on and what sort of gains they achieved over a longer period. So you don't know how long the max view is showing, and that is something I would like. And it doesn't have as much information here, so you have sort of the market open, market high and low, and a little bit about this trust. But again, this is a startup app, so I'm sure all of that will be coming in the future. So if we have a look, there's some jokes on here. So if we look up Berkshire Hathaway, it just says Warren Buffett's company, which is a little bit of a joke they put in here, and BT, which is an ISP in the UK, they've listed that as slow internet, which is just another joke. And I think that's going to be a common theme through the FreeTrade app. So they also have stuff like this, which is the FTSE 100, which is the large cap stocks index in the UK. They also have the Vanguard S&P 500 on here, which is I know it's very popular for many people. Warren Buffett recommends it himself, in fact. So you have that on there. You have lots on here, really. There's enough on here. It doesn't have things such as the Canadian market, so stuff like Toronto Stock Exchange. So if we look up ACB, which is the Aurora Cannabis, it won't be on here because they're not purchasable at the moment. You can't access the Canadian Stock Exchange, which is a little bit disappointing, but again, it is a startup app, and I think this does have a lot of apps, a lot of companies, that many people will be interested in investing in, and that is the target. The £12 fee that you pay on something like Hargreaves Lansdown, which is what I currently pay, does add up immensely. So if you only have £100 to invest and you pay £12 for the fee just to buy the stock in the first place, you have to make a 12% return before you're even level on your investment. And then when you take it out, you pay another fee to take it out to execute the trade again, which is usually another £12. So that adds up to £24 in total, which is obviously that's 24% return if you've only got £100 to invest, which is a massive barrier for entry for a lot of people, because you have to have a lot more money to make that percentage lower. Even £1,000 is only a 1.2% cost on that, so that is a lot more accessible to do. And if you invest 10,000, it's a 0.12%. So there's a much higher barrier of entry than this sort of app. And they also have, like I mentioned earlier, they have fractional shares in companies like Amazon and Apple. Obviously you have Alphabet here, which is Google, which is $1,149 just for one share of the company, and that's not exactly accessible for a lot of people. So to be able to have a fractional share in that is definitely an advantage for FreeTrade. So you have a look here. This is the account, and it just talks about withdrawable cash, unsettled cash. And this is the point where it tells you I'm FreeTrade user 16,361. And this is how you open investment ISA, which is, it says here, it's free until April 2019, but it's £3 a month after that, which is only next month. So in conclusion, I would recommend that you guys all sign up at least for FreeTrade. Just put your name down on the list, just get yourself out there, make sure you're signed up for it, ready for when they release it publicly. And it's just nice to have an invite and an option, so the earlier you get yourself on that list, the earlier you're going to be invited to be able to use this app and save yourself so much money on brokerage fees. So in the future, I'm going to do a review of this app, so make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like the video, and comment down below if you've signed up for FreeTrade, because I don't want you to miss that review of this once I actually got my money in here. I've used it for about a month. I've sort of analysed the fees for myself, seen how it all works, seen how long the trades take, all those sorts of things. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember to subscribe.